All right, welcome back. We're now to the point where we can pull out the two equations here. I know that we've got one of our system right there. That's easy. X plus y is equal to 70. Now the other system can be found in this column here. Because remember, percents don't add nicely because we don't know exactly how much of each of these we have right now, so we can't just add these together. But I can add liters, right? So I know that 0.3x plus 0.8y has to add to 35 liters. We know that much. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to solve this system using substitution. I'm going to let this equation become x equals 70 minus y, so that when I plug in over here, I get 0.3 times 70 minus y plus 0.8y is equal to 35. So this becomes 21 minus 0.3y plus 0.8y equals 35, or 0.5y is equal to 14. So y is equal to 28. Well, I also know that x plus y is equal to 70. So x plus 28 equals 70. So x must equal 42. So we have 42 liters of 30% solution and 28 liters of 80% solution. And again, you have to interpret your problem at the end. So that is my answer. All right, let's look at the next problem, folks. This next one is a practice problem for you guys. It's another mixture problem. And again, the answer is at the back of the notes. So take a look after you try it. And now let's look at this problem. Oh, this is fun. A company puts out different shaped signs. A package contains signs and shapes of squares, pentagons, and hexagons. There are 24 signs in the package with a total of 112 sides. If there are 10 more squares than pentagons, find the number of each side. Okay, so first we're going to do is define our variable. So I let S be the number of square signs, P the number of pentagon signs, and H the number of hexagon signs. Now, they tell me that there are 24 signs in total. So that means S plus P plus H must be 24. And then they tell me that there are a total of 112 sides. That's a really weird way to count signs, but that's okay. Well, I know that there are 4 sides in a square, and I know that there are 5 sides in a pentagon, and 6 sides in a hexagon, and so altogether that must add to 112. Then they tell me that there are 10 more squares than pentagons. That means the number of squares, if I'm going to write a balanced equation, must be the number of pentagon signs plus 10. All right, we've got our 3 equations with 3 variables. Let's start messing with this. I'm going to start off by taking my square equals pentagon plus 10 and plugging it in to my top equation here. So I get pentagon plus 10 plus pentagon plus hexagon equals 24. And which is, I'm going to simplify that down a bit, guys, until I get 2p plus h equals 14. And I'm also going to take this and plug it into this equation. So I end up getting 4 times p plus 10 plus 5p plus 6h equals 112. Or when I simplify that down, that becomes 9p plus 6h equals 72. That's quite a bit of simplifying. I just went ahead and did it. Well, now you've got a lovely system here. And the way I'm going to solve this is I'm now going to solve for h in this equation right there. I'm going to let h equal 14 minus 2p. So that then I can come and plug in right there for h. So I've got 9p plus 6 times 14 minus 2p equals 72. So that becomes 9p plus 6 times 14 is 84 minus 12p equals 72. And that gets me negative 3p equals negative 12. So p must be 4. Yay, we've got one of them. Well, if you recall, we found up here that hexagons equals 14 minus 2 times pentagons. So let's plug in. H is equal to 14 minus 2 times 4, which gets me 14 minus 8. So H equals 6. And then we also found over here that squares equal the number of pentagons. That's 4 plus 10. So squares equal 14. All right, we're now ready to interpret our results. I have 14 square signs. I have 4 pentagon signs. And I have 6 hexagon signs. And that is my answer right there. All right, last problem. A man went to a jewelry shop to buy 3 things for his wife. She wants a gold chain, a silver bracelet, and a copper ring. The total cost of all 3 is $530. The current price of gold is $50 per ounce, silver is $75 per ounce, and copper is $30 per ounce. The jeweler suggested that he only buy the gold chain and the copper ring, which would bring the total price to $350. He decided to buy all 3 because his wife would get mad. Okay. The total weight of all 3 pieces of jewelry is 15 ounces. Find out the weight in ounces of each piece of jewelry. All right, guys, first step is to define your variables. We've got gold chains, silver bracelets, and copper rings. So I'm going to define those right now. All right, I let G be the ounces of gold chain, S the ounces of silver bracelet, and C the ounces of the copper ring. Okay, so the current price per gold is 50, silver is 45, copper is 30, and they say that all 3 together would be 530. That means that 50G plus 45S plus 30C all together is going to add up to $530. Well, the clever jeweler says that if he buys just the gold and the copper, that would be 50G plus 30C, that would be a total of $350. Well, the man is very smart, decides to buy all 3, and in total he takes home 15 ounces of jewelry. That means G plus S plus C must add to 15. All right, let's take a look at this. I'm going to take this easy equation, one with 2 variables, and start off by solving just for gold. So I have 350, wait, no, let me start that over. 50G equals 350 minus 30C. Divide everything by 50. I get G equals 7 minus 3/5 C. And yes, you've lived with the fraction. Sorry, friends. I'm at the same time now going to plug in this equation for G into both my top and bottom equations. I'm going to start with the top. I now have 50 times 7 minus 3/5 C plus 45S plus 30C equals 530. I'm going to distribute in. I get 350 minus, that becomes 30C, that's really nice, plus 45S plus 30C equals 530. Well, if you look, those cancel, that's really nice. I'm going to subtract the 350 over, so I get 45S is equal to 180. So when I divide both sides by 45, I get that S is 4. That was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Now I'm going to take my S is 4 and my G is 7 minus 3/5 C and plug into my bottom equation. All right, so I have 7 minus 3/5 C plus, my S was 4, plus C equals 15. So again, everything is now coming in here, right? That's what we're doing now. So when I look at this, 7 and 4 gets me 11. 3/5 C plus 1C, that's like 5 over 5C. That gets me 2/5 C, and if that fraction math bothers you, please go to the math lab and sort out fractions, equals 15. Subtract 11 over, I get 2/5 C equals 4. I'm going to multiply both sides by 5/2. So the 2's cancel, the 5's cancel. I get that C equals 4 and 2 get me 2. I just get 10 for C. Well, if C is 10, I can now get G. So now we're going to plug in right here for G. So G equals 7 minus 3/5 times 10. These cancel here to get me 2. So I get G equals 7 minus 6, or G is 1. So now we're going to interpret all of our results. We have 1 ounce, 1 ounce of a gold bracelet, gold necklace, gold chain, whatever it is. 4 ounces silver bracelet. And 10 ounces of the copper ring. All right, guys, that's the end of this video. Thank you very much. Oh, I don't need a square. We're not doing proofs. See y'all later.